Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be hopping into the first adventure of the evening, an adventure that I've entitled The Holy Spirits. But before we get into it, we're going to take a brief moment, as always, and introduce our characters. So let's hop right into that without further ado. So we have, all returning characters on this first adventure. So we have, coming back for the second time, I believe, we have coming back Lil Booper. Lil Booper, how are you?
Hi, Pete.
I appreciate it when you remember me, the humble narrator's name.
Your voice sounds familiar. Do you know a halfling?
I know quite a few halflings. I know there are several of them that participate here in the land of DnDTime and adventure. I may know the same one as you.
Okay.
Either way, Lil Booper, tell us a little bit about yourself. What brings you to the land of DnDTime? What makes you want to go out and adventure, do great things?
Well, my brother died, and I'm trying to find out what happened to him.
Your brother. What was your brother's name again?
Lil Pooper.
That's who I thought your brother was. Yes. Really, he died. What a horrible twist of fate. I had no idea that Lil Pooper
He drowned in someone else's bathtub.
Oh, jeez. Well, Lil Booper, I wish you the best of luck on that quest. And again, remind us a little bit about what your kind of like your skill set is. What's Lil Booper bring to the table?
I'm a bard. I learned everything from my brother. Now I'm just like him. I played at my brother's and sister's birthday party last week. All 12 of them.
What's your instrument of choice?
Well, I really like my tambourine. And I'm really good with my triangle. It goes ding.
Ooh. Well, I look forward to hearing you play tonight as well, Lil Booper. Welcome.
What? Before you go, come down here real quick.
What is
it? Get down. Just get down here. Just crouch down.
Okay. I am.
Boop.
It would appear that Lil Booper has booped me right upon the nose. Absolutely adorable. And welcome back, Lil Booper. Wonderful. Next up, we have Othgarurt Charirgix. And again, your last name I struggle with. I believe I had the first one right. Was Charirgix correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. So, Othgarurt, tell us a bit about yourself. Remind us what brings you to the land of DnDTime. I do remember, if I'm not mistaken, that you have a particular zeal for quality craftsmanship, yes?
Yes. At first, I was a craftsman for my tribe. However, due to circumstances of I believe, cult who bring many offerings of help to my tribe, they no longer need me.
I mean, it's a shame that all these cults are kind of taking all of these good kind of craftsman jobs. But I'm glad that you still choose to kind of keep your own legacy alive and to continue to produce quality goods. Your particular skill set, you were a smith, correct?
Yes. I always have enjoyed fastening together sturdy, quality weapons. I believe that the materials gathered from each hunt give each weapon made their own life, their own identity.
Is the weapon that you carry, did you craft that yourself?
I did, yes. I also gathered the bones from one of the few hunts I went on for my own tribe.
What creature was the weapon that you use? What bones did you make your weapon from?
We were hunting a very large elk.
A very large elk.
The axe blade itself made from the back and shoulders of elk to carry the sturdiness of weight forward.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty impressive weapon, and hopefully someday, I mean, have you ever considered having it enchanted?
I have attempted to look into this. I am not the most knowledge on magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, perhaps in good time, because it would be a shame for that beautiful weapon. I guess that was starting to come out more threatening than it meant, but it would be a shame if that weapon that you spent so much time crafting it was ever damaged in the line of battle. You should look and maybe talk to Bartholomew about having that kind of sealed in place.
That is a grand idea. I nearly lost it once, but a great friend helped me recover it.
What was the great friend that helped you? Who was?
I believe his name was Runa.
Runa. Well,
I'm not so familiar with him, but he went out of his way to assist me, and I will not forget that.
That sounds very kind, and those are the kind of friendships that it's nice to see bloom here in Bartholomew's adventuring crew. Heading out into the adventuring fields, so to speak, always forges strong bonds between people. So, regardless, welcome back, Othgarurt. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Anadolita. I'm sorry, I said it wrong again. Anadolita Bluebeads. Welcome back, Anadolita.
Thank you, Pete.
Anadolita, I know we've discussed this a bit at length, but would you care to remind everyone kind of a little bit of the peculiarity of your, well, you're in a pretty unique situation in terms of your physical form.
Yes, for those that do not know, I am a Dollbound, which is one of those whose soul is essentially bound inside that of a doll, whether it be porcelain, wood, or something similar.
Indeed. Now, Anadolita, you also, we've kind of learned a little bit about we've learned a little bit about kind of your past and how you came to be kind of locked in this doll-like body, but I'm a little bit interested in your patron. I believe her name was Confectia, right?
That's correct.
Could you tell me a little bit more about Confectia and what she does? I know far in the north in the Candy Kingdom is kind of where she makes her where she makes her residence. But tell me a bit about her.
Yes, Confectia, who I was acquainted with after I saved her daughter, Sugar. She is a queen of the Pastry Kingdom within the Candy Fay lands. She's a very wonderful person, and from what I was actually able to talk to her last night.
Oh, really? What did she have to say to you?
Well, she said, in simple terms, she said that if the next quest I go on through the wizard Bartholomew was successful, she would grant upon me a tome.
Oh, really? What would be the nature of this tome?
From what she told me, it'll be something symbolizing the bond between her and I as patron and warlock. And she described it to me as somewhat light blue with pink and green cornelian lace design, as well as a little bit of pink in a C motion around the edges.
Well, I mean, that will certainly match your the beautiful new dress that you're wearing, the sort of the pastry fabric. Well, Anadolita, I wish you the absolute best of luck. I hope you're able to kind of overcome this hurdle and impress your patron.
Thank you so much.
And last but not least, we shall introduce, I believe, the highest level out of today's group, returning once more, almost ready for that big boss battle. We have Dustu Galu. Dustu, how are you?
Hello, I am Dustu Galu.
Now, Dustu, tell me a bit about your quest. I know that you are often in kind of, you worship Terra, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
And you're often seeking, or not often, always, to kind of end some of the feud between the sea and the sky, the cloud and the conch.
Yes.
Have you made any strides in that regard?
I have attempted on many cases, but it seems no matter what I try, they always end up in another feud.
Yes, it does seem like they are hopelessly intertwined in this sort of holy war, but
Terra has gotten angry.
wait, that sounds unlike. Is Tara thinking about throwing the proverbial hat into the ring?
I do not know what she wishes, but she is a god of war. So help anyone who gets in her way.
It would be interesting to see how a third party might upset the balance, the pretty delicate balance between these two warring factions. So, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything. Let's. The world of DnDTime is stable. Let's not. Let's not
I
hope for anything like
follow my goddess's guide. Should she wish to war, that is where I will go.
that. And have you any final statement about that, Dustu, before we hop into tonight's adventure?
Yes, a warning to those of the cloud and the conch. There is one thing that no matter how hard you try, there will always be more of. The land. Even though there is more water in the ocean than on the land, there is still land under you. Just remember.
Well, Dustu, that almost sounded like a threat, but
I do not know what you are talking about.
okay. Let's hop into tonight's first adventure. We'll be going to somewhere a little bit simpler than these kind of grand conflicts of religion and creed. Bartholomew, your resident quest giver, has sent all of you to the Academy of Light. It is an academy that is located deep within the Sacred Vale. It is a very beautiful campus where many young training clerics and paladins live and kind of learn their various trades. Specifically, clerics, paladins, and even druids, and sometimes, monks and other sort of transfer students come in and out, and they go there to study their particular crafts, in particular those of good alignment or lawful alignment, either way. So you travel now to the Academy of Light to meet with a paladin by the name of Victorious. He is well known as being pretty popular around the campus and also for being relatively wealthy. And the group of you, as you kind of approach, you walk around the campus grounds, you see students about kind of practicing and intoning different rituals and spells, learning and kind of getting used to their new kind of clerical powers that they're gaining. You see various kind of like paladins like exercising over on the quad. You see grand cathedrals kind of up above, like arcing of various gods. You see a cathedral of the cloud and the conch, both respectively. You notice one of Terra as well. And there are just all these different people that are there practicing. You arrive at the meeting point where you see a paladin in full plate mail, very beautiful, like long kind of flowing golden hair, who looks out at you. You see his shield is actually, it looks like it's just like a surfboard that has like a handle embedded onto the back of it. And as you kind of get closer to him, he kind of calls out to you, "Yo!"
Yo!
Hello, friend.
Greetings.
Oh, good to see all you guys. I don't think any of us have ever met before. My name is it's Victorious, and I'm like a paladin. I go to school here. Bartholomew said he's be sending in some. You guys are like a little bit new, I heard, right?
Well,
Yes.
sort of.
Yeah, not like those like big like I know. Usually I'll call them those like fable guys, but I didn't have that much like money to spend. I kind of been like burning my allowance lately, and I had like a lot of people to hire today. So yeah.
Don't worry.
Anyway,
I have almost only died once. We are very reliable.
I'm
Oh.
two.
I will not comment on that matter.
Neither
well,
will I.
I mean, and actually, this should be pretty easy. I know there's like a lot of danger in the stuff that you guys do, but really, I just kind of like, he kind of like looks around a little bit and kind of waits until people walk by. Like most people that walk by, like you greet this dude and wave. And he kind of waits until there's some silence. I'm kind of in like, kind of need some like romantic advice.
Romance.
I have the best idea.
I am quite the lady's Tortle.
Well, let me tell you what my whole like situation is, and then like you tell me what you think. Well, I guess let's start walking. And he kind of starts kind of walking you across the campus, and he goes, "There's this dryad, and she's like a total babe." And she like transferred here. She's like a foreign exchange dryad that came here from like a totally different part of the Sacred Vale. And we've like been out a couple times, and I wanted to ask her to prom, but like we wanted to have like I wanted to find like a cool place to do it. That's going to be like the best place. So she'll totally say yes. You know what I mean?
Yes, this is often something referred to as, well, it's a little different for us Tortle. We call it a mating ritual. However, I do not think that is what you are after yet.
Why not simply bribe her parents for arranged marriage?
I do not think the humans are like that here.
I mean, like, that's like a completely righteous idea. And, you know, maybe in the long run, but like for now, I think I just kind of wanted to like ask her to prom, you know?
Yes, that can be arranged. Immediately, Dustu starts plotting.
For now, really, what I wanted to do is I'm checking out all these different zones. There's a couple places I wanted to look at in the city, but I thought we could start, and you guys could tell me what you think if you think this will be a good spot. Basically, your tabs are on me. I thought we could just go down to the Holy Spirit. That's the campus tavern. I thought we could head down there and you could tell me what you guys thought of it and if you thought it would be like a good place for a day.
Well, I have a good idea for asking her out.
And he kind of looks at you and he just kind of like smiles and he winks a little bit. I mean, I got some pretty good moves of my own, but I'm certainly welcome to suggestions, whatever you think, my little dude.
Well, you tell her that she gives you wood.
Oh no, that is not a good idea.
Because she's, wait a minute, I mean, like, I'm gonna write that down, gives me,
or come down here, come down here.
Good idea.
I mean, that sounds like, it totally makes sense, because she's, like, made of wood and nature energy, no. So it's like, dude, you're crushing it, my little rabbit, dude.
Come
is
down
she
here,
made of
come
wood,
down here.
or is she lumberjack?
Oh, she's kind of like transient. She's like a spirit and sort of just like in and out. She goes with the wind, nature, really just like super cool, really cash.
You could also go like this. Boop.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, that sounds kind of yeah, maybe. I liked the wood line more. And at this point, you kind of arrive now at the Holy Spirit. You can see outside of the tavern there is a sign, and it's just a tankard with a halo above it that's hanging that says the Holy Spirit. And he kind of enters. I've actually like never been in here before. I usually like just go to different like I just go to like different parties around campus. I don't spend a lot of time at like the tavern. So this is going to be like pretty cool because I mean I don't even know what's like going on in here. So really, I just hoping we could like scope the scene out. You tell me what you think once we've like hung for a while. Is that cool? That chill with all y'all?
Yes, though I must inform you, she is a person of the wilderness. Would it not be best to ask her somewhere she is comfortable with? Like the wilderness.
I mean, there's like wood in here.
Let me check.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Let me just check the acoustics real quick. Take out my triangle and ding.
All right, so yeah, you guys kind of start wandering into the tavern. And there's a reasonable crowd. You see various people. A lot of them are still just like wearing their like full armor and like paladin gear. Victoria's head tells you it's like part of their training. They have to wear their armor all the time to get used to like the heft and weight.
I am also wearing my chain armor.
Well, you got your big shell, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, you're all just kind of like chilling. And yeah, you kind of start touring around. The inside, there's a pretty high population, but there's a lot of people in particular that you see they're wearing like the same kind of like jerseys over their armor, and they all appear to be like they have these kind of like draconic symbols, like these ancient draconic symbols, these 3 letters that say AAA, and Victorious goes, "Oh, I didn't know they hung out here. That's Alpha, Alpha, Alpha. The lamest frat on campus. Totally bogus."
They sound terrible.
They sound like they drink too much.
Their jackets are inscribed with letters of fear.
Yeah, they have these like big kind of like draconic runes on them, and there's lots of people just kind of they're just kind of around. There's actually like a pretty cool musician over in the corner that seems to be playing a little booper who's playing guitar. The acoustics, as you listen, are actually pretty good in here. The inside of the building is beautiful. Othgarurt, you're looking around, like all of the chairs look like they were like actually really nicely and like beautifully hand carved. But there's also like, it's kind of like mixed feelings because they're like, aside from the beautiful construction of the building, it actually looks a little bit dingy. Like there's like kind of stains on a lot of the stuff from where like stuff's been spilled on it. And, you know, the people in here, it seems pretty like rowdy inside the actual campus pub.
Do you think it's offensive to use stuff that's made out of wood?
Like, maybe. I don't really know. I mean, like, it's probably cool, right? Because she's got to, like, see it. She's got to know.
That doesn't make it any better.
I make a, I guess a nature or arcana roll to determine exactly how a dryad normally would react in such a scene.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh man. You think a dryad, a lot of like whether or not the dryad would be upset depends on kind of like respect for the wood and the way in which it is carved, and kind of you know, whether or not like still like very young and kind of like thriving wood was used, like, you know, trees cut down before their prime, and it's all very situational based on the case. You're looking around this building, the kind of respect and love that's been put into a lot of the architecture here makes you think that she would probably be okay with it, because she understands that, you know, natural things are used in construction, and like it's not, you know, it's not an absolute travesty.
What do you think, little one?
Looking around, as someone who's an archfey patron, I would say that she may be okay with the place. However, I will not guarantee it, though.
I would say it needs cleaned up. I mean, look at these stains on these polished walls. This is an absolute travesty.
And as you're saying that, you watch as a few of those dudes kind of walk over that were wearing like the 3A shirts, and one of them goes, "Excuse me, are you making fun of our hangout?"
I am sorry, but it is dirty and greasy.
It looks
It's a proper
clean to me.
What was the what is it that you said, Othgarurt? I couldn't quite hear you there.
It looks very well lived in.
And he
You
goes,
should probably take some rags and boop them.
listen, very well lived in is okay, we'll take that, but we'll not have you calling our hangout dirty or greasy or whatever other nonsense you said. And you see one of the guys next to him is just like, yeah, tell him, Chad.
Oh god, he's Chad. Dustu will take one of his fingers to the stain on the wall and see if it's actually greasy or dirty.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. And while you're doing that, Victorious goes, ugh, Chad. No wonder I never wanted to come in here. I just kind of instinctively knew that the alphas would be here. Yeah, it's like a little bit dirty and a little bit greasy.
You call this not dirty or greasy?
And at this point, okay, yeah. Sorry, finish your sentence. I thought you were all done.
I would say this is the epitome of dirt.
And Chad kind of looks at you, and he goes, Chaz, and another person next to him kind of rolls over and hands him something, and he takes it, and it's like a metal gauntlet that he hands him, and he just takes it and slaps you in the face with the metal gauntlet.
I'm gonna take my own metal gauntlet out and slap him in the face with it.
While that's going on,
That just
you mentioned there
that
was
misses, right?
runes
Yeah, that misses.
on their little symbol.
Yeah, alpha, the draconic thing. It's kind of like the nature of the runes. You recognize them as like draconic characters, but they're not like, they don't seem to have any magical power. They seem more decorative than anything. Yeah. You both. He slaps you in the face with the glove and it like hits you, but it doesn't actually deal any damage because it just was like a very light kind of thing. Yeah, you feel absolutely nothing. And then you hit him with the thing, and also the same thing happens to him. And he goes,
I want to.
Oh, go ahead.
I want to join it too. I hop up and I boop on the nose.
And at this point, Chad says to you, obviously you don't understand anything around here. I've challenged you to a duel.
Oh, so be it.
Are you mocking my voice?
Are you mocking my voice?
And another one kind of speaks up, and he goes, "Don't let them rattle you, Chad." And Chad goes, "Excellent point, Chadwick. I'm not going to let them." And at this point, Victorious goes, "Okay, well, I mean, like, are we gonna do this duel? We're doing a duel?" And a lot of the bar are starting to get excited. And he kind of goes, "So, like, what are the terms? What's the duel gonna be?" And kind of speaks, "Best of 3. We'll pick the first game. You can pick the next, and we'll pick the third." So yeah, they've challenged you to a duel. Do you guys accept the duel?
I will happily accept the duel.
Everyone else, y'all into duel? These punk Chad frat boys.
If they wish.
Did I hear we get to play games?
Yes, little one.
Ooh, I'm gonna rattle you like this. And he takes his tambourine and he starts rattling it.
That's a good idea for the first game.
Well, we pick the first game. I don't know if you were even paying attention.
Oh, to that annoying voice, of course.
Yay, games!
You'll be laughing when we're done. Wait, that didn't come out the way I meant it. And he starts walking over.
You're right, I will be
so.
laughing. I'll also be laughing now at your terrible grammar.
My grammar was correct. And he goes on back and forth. And he walks you over. First game, darts and drinking. And Victorious goes, "Yeah, one of like the kind of unspoken rules of duels is that there's always drinking in any event, no matter what. Is that chill with y'all?"
I mean, sure, I have nothing against it.
I'm
All
2
right,
years
great.
old.
I'm fine with it.
You'll be fine. He looks down at you. Little booper. Yeah, you'll be fine. We'll get you like No, I mean, rules dictate it has to be a regular sized glass.
Can I have carrot juice?
Yeah, we could probably put alcohol in that for sure.
Wait, what?
Dustu.
And
Why are we mocking them?
Oh, because they are the Chads, and everyone knows the Chads are the worst.
I mean, it's true. The Chads are the absolute worst. And they've kind of like walked you over now to a dartboard. And he goes, we're going to have our champion exchange student represent us on the dartboard. And this is Chad, with a T at the end. It's pronounced Chat. And
I hate him already.
A dude steps up and he's kind of like, I'm Chad. And he stands and he's kind of like wearing monk robes. And it looks like he's like a Sun Soul monk or something like that. And he's like juggling darts in his hand. Like this is his game. Who's running for you? You can have one person throw all three, or you can have any number of you throw one, or whatever you want. You won't beat Chat anyway.
Which one of you are good at the throwing things, or... Yes, like that.
I have thrown javelins, but not darts.
I
I normally do not throw stuff, but I do believe I'm decent with a dagger.
I'm good with my hands.
Can you throw things, little one?
I could throw them as far as I could jump them.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. We will have this one! I'm gonna hold up the little bunny.
Hey, let me down! Let me down!
All right, take it away.
Actually, before you let me down, boop.
You get booped, and then you kind of drop him down onto the ground. And the dart off begins as Chad kind of steps up and throws the first dart on its best of 3 darts, closest to center, highest average here. So he's gonna go first. Oh god! And you watch as he, with expert, like kind of like almost half not looking at it, Chad tosses one, and it lands very close to center bullseye. And he looks back at you. He just goes, "That's how Chad do." Oh. Little
I'm gonna
Booper.
whisper over to Victorious. I hate them all.
Yeah, like me too. I'm like totally fine, by the way. If we just want to like beat him up, I'm like cool with that. I was thinking about just like barroom brawl. Little Booper, go ahead and roll me a dart. I don't know if you're proficient in simple weapons, and if you are, then you'll have proficiency in this. So D20 plus Dex. 14. You throw when you hit the board. It's kind of like well off center. It's nowhere near as close as Chat's first one was. And Chad kind of like, spins a few darts around. Not bad for someone who does not play the darts. And Chad is going to make another throw.
Before he throws anything else, would it be possible to influence the game since they never said anything about outside influences?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
If possible, I'd like to try to walk a little bit around and attempt to use Fey presence, but only on that child.
Okay.
Chat!
Go ahead and... he makes a save, yes? Is that a wisdom save?
Correct.
Frat boys are actually pretty good at these, but I assume that actually fails. I assume 11 fails?
Yes.
All right. What happens? Are you going to make him feared?
Yes,
or
right
charmed?
before, I'll say maybe a few moments before he throws it, I'll present a aura of fear from the Fae.
All right, so you do that, and I'll say, because he's now frightened for the turn, he has disadvantage on his attack roll, so I'll roll again. It might be even lower than the 8. So yeah, he still misses. You watch as the dart is thrown, and he actually gets it right on the outside of the board, right as like Anadolita. He's just kind of like looking in your direction, and what does it look like when you fear somebody?
I would say my eyes sort of get off a rippling yet not truly hypnotic but frightening light. But only those who are affected can see it.
All right. Yeah, he just kind of like looks at you, and you see him like right as he's about to, just goes yeah, and tosses it, and it kind of like flies out to the side and like completely whiffs the dartboard. Who's gonna make the next throw for your team? Is Lil Booper gonna go again? You can have someone else do it. I'm like super bad at this, by the way, guys. So like,
You know what I realize? I'm thinking about this wrong. I just need to boop the board with this.
Yes, boop the
I-
board.
Have quick question. When you throw that, do you have to use it with flick of wrist, or can you put your all into it?
Who are you asking? A person, or are you asking? You can use strength if that's what you mean. You can.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. I think a dart you actually
Yeah,
might have
dart
to
is
use.
actually.
Well, no, it's it's finesse, which means you can use
Oh.
either way. So yeah,
Nice.
you can use strength.
May I give this a go?
Yeah, get in there.
What? Go, 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 kill, kill. You hit it like I hit this tambourine. Cha, cha, cha.
The sound of the tambourine inspiring you. You get ready to toss a dart. Go ahead and
I shall-
roll d20. Add your strength and proficiency. You can probably just make a regular like weapon attack.
I
Yeah.
shall throw this recklessly, giving up my balance to make sure it hits that target.
Excellent. I actually don't know if you can use range attacks, but I'm going to allow it for this one. Go ahead and. Oh my god! You watch as Othgarurt just kind of like leans back, his like muscles tense. He's not like holding the dart with his fingers. He's just got like his whole fist wrapped around it, and he just like pulls, and the dart flies across. And go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll me a d4 plus. I think it's what's your strength modifier?
Yeah, you have a
Two.
+2 to
Oh
strength.
yeah, plus 2. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a d4 plus 2. Yeah, okay. You watch as it flies through, it hits the bullseye of the dartboard and like sinks into the wall behind it as it travels through the dartboard, which is just kind of like made of a plain cork. And everyone, all the chads there, all of a sudden are just kind of like talking, and they seem like kind of upset about the thing with Anadolita, and they all kind of look at each other and they just go, "That was absolutely ridiculous. You're obviously cheating, using performance-enhancing substances or something along those lines." As they're
Oh,
all
so
there
the
kind of-
crybabies decide to whine when they're losing. How typical
then-
of a Chad.
And then at this point, one of them kind of says, Chad goes, "And that little one, she totally used some kind of hex on me." And he's looking at you kind of angrily, Anadolita.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I did not hear anything in the rules stating that there could not be any outside influence.
I think it was implicit in the rules. And yes, obviously it was implicit in the rules. And at this point, Victorious just kind of goes, "You know what? I think I'm kind of like done with these AAAs. I don't know about y'all."
Well,
Let's
we
just
need to
take them
beat
out.
first if we need to finish the game.
I am very angry that he
I'm going to
accused
take
me
a dart
of-
and just slam it against the wall, against the dartboard.
All right, with your melee attack.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and yeah. All right, you just go and just plunge it into the bullseye. Like it's not a question of really hitting because you're at melee range. You just like even dig deep further. The dartboard's kind of ruined at this point. And
Yeah,
Victorious just
game
goes.
over.
You know,
And
I'm pretty
Victoria's
sure
just-
that's cheating.
Yeah, I think all bets are off. And you see him kind of pull back his mug that he was holding and takes like a big sip and just like downs the whole ale. He just takes it and like throws it on the ground and then swings a punch at Chad. If y'all would like to roll for initiative, Victorious has started combat.
Of course, the turtle is the last.
And he seems to have Chad pretty well locked up, but all the other Chads are like raring to go. You got your Chadwick, your Chaz, your Chip, your Chat, and they are all going to just roll one collective initiative, which they absolutely crush. And yeah, Victorious and Chad kind of move off to the side as this kind of brouhaha begins. Yeah, the first to act actually are the first to act in this case are the miscellaneous Chads. You watch as one of them kind of like cracks his hand together, and a big spiritual. It looks like a paddle as he summons like a big spiritual paddle right next to you. Dustu, as he runs at you, the paddle is going to try and whack you. Does a 13
Miss.
hit? And then he's also going to try and just punch you.
That one hits.
All right. You watch as Chat, the one that was really good at the darts, is going to run up to you. He's going to actually run up to you, Lil Booper, and just go and kind of is looking at you a little bit hesitantly. And you're very cute, and he's not sure if he actually wants to punch you. So he's just like going to ready an action to punch you. Othgarurt, one of them walks up to you, and you see him just like pick up one of the chairs, and he's going to make an attack against you with it. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
It should not be piercing, it should be bludgeoning. As he does, you watch as he picks up this like beautifully crafted and really nice chair and just whacks you with it, and it smashes and splinters over your body as he does so. And then the last one is just going to walk up to you, and this is Chadwick as he goes up towards you, Anadolita, and also he's just going to ready to attack you because no, he's seen you do some shit. Yeah, he's going to punch you. Does I assume a 9 misses?
Yes.
All right. That is going to bring us to all of y'all in initiative. The first to act is you, Anadolita.
All right. First and foremost, I'll be using Armor of Agathis.
Absolutely, go for it.
Do I actually need to roll for Armor of Agathis?
I know you just have to, I guess, just like throw it up when you get a chance. But yeah, 5 points of this kind of. Is it 5 or is it 10 for you? Actually,
it's 5, I believe.
Okay.
It's 5 per spell slot, correct? Per spell level.
Yeah, so it would probably be 10 now. Oh, you're not level 3 yet. So yeah, just 5. As this cold armor, you watch as some of like the ambient alcohol on the floor like comes up and makes a shield around you. As the kind of absorbs the moisture of the air and creates this sort of the shield of ice. Anything else?
Yes, the next one is who's the one targeting Little Booper?
That would be Chat, C-H-A-D-T, and he's kind of like getting ready to punch, but he was hesitant because Little Booper doesn't seem that hostile. Little Booper.
Well, in either case, I'll be using another my bonus action to cast Hex upon him.
All right, you hex that individual. Anything else?
And he has disadvantage to dexterity.
Okay, cool. And actually, I'm sorry, that can't happen. You cannot cast more than one spell per turn unless one of them is a cantrip.
Oh, okay. In that case,
So you might
I'll
have
just
to wait one round.
Alright, is readying a bonus action or action?
You can only ready as an action.
Alright, in that case, I'll just end my turn.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. In that case, that's going to bring us next to Lil Booper. What do you want to do?
Lil Booper is going to see Chat walk up to him, and he's gonna like make his ears go down, make his eyes super big, be like, why do you want to hurt me?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. He looks down at you, and your eyes are very big, and your ears are very long and floppy, and he's just looking at you, and he's got this ready to action to just punch you, and he's just kind of like, no, I do not want to hurt you, tiny rabbit.
Can we be friends and boop each other instead?
I would love that. As you kind of convince Chad, are you actually just going to be friends with him?
Yeah, I'm gonna boop him. Boop!
All right, yeah, he uses his ready to action to punch to instead boop you back. And that is going to bring us to... I'm sorry, do you have a bonus action?
No, I'm just hanging out with Chad.
All right. In that case, that's going to bring us to Othgarurt. What do you want to do?
They accuse me of cheating when I play fair. They smash a lovely chair that has done nothing wrong. I am filled with rage.
For the first time ever, the prerequisite has been met as Othgarurt enters a furious barbarian rage. All right. Yeah, your eyes kind of, everything turns red as that chair is destroyed. What do you want to do?
I'm going to bite down on the person that broke the chair.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that. 6 points of piercing damage.
Plus 2 from the rage, I believe.
Oh, yep, that is correct. So 8 points of piercing damage. You take a huge bite out of him, and you hear him just kind of call out, "Ah!" As he's definitely in a lot of pain from that one. And that's probably all for your turn?
Yes.
Yeah, your teeth are just like sunk into his shoulder right now, as he's trying to like fend you off with what remains of the chair. That's going to bring us to.
Did you add the rage damage to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
He just told me verbally. That's going to bring us to Dustu. What do you want to do?
Did Anadolita go?
Yep.
Okay, in that case, you are not the only one who can use the spiritual weapon, as I spiritual weapon the guy who spiritual weaponed me.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
It's a turtle shell like in Mario Kart that just bounces around and hits them repeatedly.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll. Or actually, I'm sorry, that misses.
In that case, attack with a warhammer.
That definitely hits.
Ta-chunk!
For 8 points of damage. Yeah, you and Othgarurt both land pretty powerful hits. Is that all for your turn?
That would be it. That's all I can do.
No one is quite downed just yet. That would mean that's the foe turns. Victorious and Head Chad are over there kind of like duking it out on the side. And the one that was going to punch you, Chad is going to not do that little boopers. You guys are chill. He's just going to ready another action to punch or boop, depending on the situation. The one with the spiritual weapon is going to keep attacking you. 13, I assume, misses. But a 21, I assume, hits. Against you, Dustu. I don't know if he's there, but I'll catch him when he's back.
Sorry. 21 does hit.
All right. Another, the same one's going to kind of try and bring down the chair on you. Does a 12 hit you, Othgarurt?
No.
All right. And then Anadolita, the one in front of you, is just going to do a regular punch against you. Does a 13 hit? Nice. His punch kind of swings wide as your kind of small body ducks out of the way. In their round, actually, only one hit on that 21. But yeah, for the most part, you guys are kind of like dodging and handling your own very well in this barroom brawl. That's going to be next, Anadolita.
Okay, my first question is it possible to put, how many can I put to sleep? Like, if I could target as many as I can of them?
It would depend on your role, and it would also, like, you guys are all kind of intermingled, so you don't know who would end up getting affected by it. Because it always prioritizes the lowest health first. So it would be a toss-up. It might end up hitting some of your own guys. It might take out just them. You don't know.
Alright, I'll just save that for later. And in that case, I will use Chill Touch upon the one that threw at me.
All right. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. 16 does hit. You watch as the kind of ghostly hand starts to like pull the life force out of this Chad, and he looks at you like he's just kind of like raring to go. He's kind of like the scrappy little one, and his face just starts to like grow a little bit gaunt, and he looks at you and just goes, "Oh, That's not what I thought this fight was gonna be. And he's now just kind of like very drained and tired looking. That's gonna bring us next to Lil Booper.
Hey, Chad. Do you think you could calm him down, or should we just go get a drink?
Yeah, I'd be down to just go get the drink. I can treat you if you'd like.
Sure, I don't really drink alcohol, but I'll take some carrot juice.
Yeah, they probably have that. And he kind of like walks you over to the bar. You know, these like bar fights that always break out, they're always so like intense. I don't get it.
I know,
Different where I
right?
come from. Yeah, you guys walk over to the bar, and you begin ordering a carrot juice. It'll probably be ready on your next turn in initiative. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna go get my drink with Chad. He's my new friend.
Okay, that's going to bring us to. It is. Othgarurt, what do you want to do?
Attacking with reckless abandon, I shall bite into him again.
Absolutely. 19 definitely hits. Roll damage on that. 6 plus an additional 2. Your next bite, you bite down again. You got him on the shoulder. This time, you kind of just like drag your teeth a little bit across like the front of his body, and he just goes down. He is out for the count. Not like. Are you attacking lethally? I assume this is like a non-lethal strike. Or are you just killing this guy?
Let's hope he does not die. But I shall have no mercy.
This is a barbarian rage. What can you do? Yeah, this dude is done as he hits the ground.
Is there anyone else nearby me?
Yeah, you can go after the one that's fighting Dustu, or go after the one that is doing battle with Anadolita.
I shall attack the one fighting Dustu.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll. Oh yes, that's your Lizardfolk thing. Go ahead and roll damage on that. Another 6, and another. You watch as Othgarurt, you've never seen him like this before, but all of a sudden, rage in his eyes at that broken chair. He just bites down 2 quick chomps and brings down another foe. Only one remains at this point. The one battling.
Spiritual weapon is gone.
Yes, spiritual weapon is gone. Only the one battling Anadolita, as it passes now to your turn, Dustu.
Which my spiritual weapon now goes to Anadolita's guy.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. 12 misses, unfortunately.
Wow.
At that point, I'll just look to them and says, "Don't worry, I can handle myself here."
Is it? As a bonus action, you can move it. Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna use my action to go over. Actually, no, I'm not ever gonna go over right now. I'm going to heal myself. Actually, no, that's right. I can't use a bonus. No, it takes an action. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna aid on me, Anadolita, and Oath.
All right, Anadolita already has 5 temporary hit points from.
Oh, okay. Well.
Thing, but you and Oath both getting 5 temporary hit points. Oath, in your kind of blind anger, you feel yourself suddenly emboldened, as do you, Dustu. You call
That's
upon
temp
terror.
and max hit points.
Yes.
Right, it's max hit points.
Actually, I'm sorry. You can also affect Anadolita with that. It's not.
Yes. So
temporary
Anadolita,
there,
you have
it's
an
kind of-
yeah.
So you also get it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anything
That's for
else?
8 hours too.
Oh yeah, that's a cool spell. I think that's probably it for your turn. Then it's action, bonus action.
Yep.
In which case, it is top of the initiative. There's just this one dude left, and he looks over, and as a cleric, he uses Healing Word and raises up the one that did Spiritual Weapon before, who stands and recasts Spiritual Weapon and is going to make an attack against you, as you're at a school for clerics. And the one that's been fighting you, Anadolita, is going to continue to attempt to hit you. 15, does that hit?
Yes.
You feel an impact, but it's only just a dull thud as it crashes into your armor of Agathis. And from that kind of point, a spraying of cold kind of washes over him as he takes 5 cold damage. And then against you, Dustu is the one rises and continues to try and beat you down. 7, I assume, misses. And I assume 10 misses. Oh, I know that they both miss. So he's like kind of like woozy and staggering from his last blow, but that's going to be it for the turn, which brings us back to you, Anadolita.
All right, so you said who's all still up?
There's the one that you've been battling that's in front of you, and the one that went down before from the bite from Othgarurt is back standing again.
Okay, first I'm going to look to the guy in front of me. He says, you know, we could still do this all day, or we could just get a drink. Your choice.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. He looks at you. He seems to like consider it for a minute because he's very scared of you because you like drained his life energy. But it seems at this point his fight response is starting to kick in. And he's like, "No, this person's gonna kill me," and he does not seem to be quite persuaded by that, unfortunately.
I guess I would do it. If he still like he doesn't want to do it, says, "I gave you an option."
Yeah, did.
And then I was just going to use another chill touch.
All right, go for it. Roll damage on that. 3 more necrotic damage. Yeah, this dude's looking real beat up. He's not quite down yet, however. Chad and Victorious are just like exchanging like bare knuckle blows over on the side of the room still. That's going to bring us to Booper.
Jumps up on a chair.
Here's your carrot juice, little guy. He goes, so you are like a musician of some kind, yeah?
Yeah, I play a bunch of instruments. What do you do?
Oh, I like pretty much just study and train and work on my physicality. It's pretty good, don't you think?
You're pretty good at darts too.
Oh, thank you.
Learn how to juggle like that.
You see, back at the monastery where I was, and that's where you can get in this round of initiative.
Just 6 seconds.
Yep. That's going to bring us to. I love that. That's going to bring us to Othgarurt. The one you just bit stands once more. There's 2 left. There's 2 left. Both of them are looking pretty beat up. What do you want to do?
If he's still standing, that only means one thing. Another reckless bite.
All right. Terrifying. Roll damage. That is enough to bring him down, actually, because he only got 4 health from that, from the healing plus the rage damage. So yeah, you bring him down once more. He drops. There's still 1 more foe left. You're gonna use your other bite to go after that one too?
I may only use it once.
Yeah, it's only a once.
Okay.
But I would like to yell it out.
Makes sense. That'd be very good now that I think about it.
A terrifying war cry.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check. I'm gonna give you advantage. Okay, yeah. All right, you let out an absolutely terrifying war cry. That's gonna bring us to Dustu.
Who is, first of all, spiritual weapon?
All right, 15 actually misses.
In that case, I'm gonna walk over and inflict wounds.
Oh, Jesus! All right, roll damage. You watch as this necrotic energy courses into this dude. Would you care to describe your last killing blow?
Dustu grows tired of these chads. Except for Chad, he turned out to be pretty cool. And he was sick and tired of a spiritual weapon not doing its job, so he just walked over and touched the last Chad and drained him of energy.
You could see, like, he was looking at Othgarurt. He wasn't paying attention to you because of that roar. He was just getting ready to just run out of the bar. And then as he's looking away, you just... and he's taking a lot of necrotic damage and falls down to the ground. Maybe dead. All right, yeah, you guys finished this dude off, and right as this is happening, you kind of see across the bar, Victorious just like lands a big kind of side hook over on Chad, who collapses down in the bar. Victorious looks over at y'all and just like, hey, like, wanna like totally split out of here?
Yes.
And you see little
Dustu
Booper like
walks
dropping
out.
darts. Dang it.
Are you hanging out at the bar more, little Booper?
Yeah, I'll chill out with Chad here. He's trying to teach me how to juggle darts.
Yeah, the trick is you got to just take them and just throw them like this. And he starts doing it again, which as Othgarurt, you were still kind of in your blind rage, but eventually you kind of
I'll
calm
be
down.
staring at the rabbit the entire time for the rest of the rage.
Would you like some carrot juice to clean out your mouth? Those
jeez.
people didn't look good to bite.
Victorious kind of like eventually gathers you all together and is like, all right, dude, so like, I know what you thought. That place kind of like totally blew, right?
It was horrible. I knew it was a bad place to invite your friend to prom.
Yo, little doll, what'd you think of like the whole like thing? Like a bad vibe, I thought?
As I stated before, it all depends on her outlook of how the wood has been treated and how respected it was. And in all honesty, if she was there while the Chads were there, she'll have probably beat up the Chads more than we have.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not feeling this place. But you guys, you were like totally ride or die, like badass in there. So like, kudos to you. You, dude, you're doing some like crazy stuff with your teeth I've never even like seen, dude. He points at you, Othgarurt.
Othgarurt will be picking his teeth with a dagger.
Oh, jeez. And he kind of like looks over here. And like little rabbit dude, he was like chilling with Chad. And you know, honestly, I've never seen that Chad before. I think he's like new. I think he was like low key. I think he was like a cool dude. I'm not gonna hold it against him. You know, he seemed all right. But those Chads, for the most part, they're bad. Not going here. Not the place. We're gonna keep looking. I'm going to like I can scope out like Central City, see if there's anything there. But anyway.
If I would like to make a suggestion, I say one of the best places for a dryad would be a forested part of a park, if there's one around.
Of the Sacred Veil, yes. I was just about to recommend.
Well,
I have a random different idea.
Do dryads like animals?
They do.
Yes, they do.
Dude, I got
Maybe-
like a killer idea. Oh, go ahead, Othgarurt.
Maybe you should take her to the beach. I hear that women very much like the beach.
Or
I mean,
the
maybe,
zoo,
but-
where there are lots of animals.
Or maybe like, dude, the zoo, what a killer idea. I'm totally gonna go check out the zoo. I owe you guys money. Here's that money. And he hands you each, hey, thanks, Doc. He hands you each 100 Bartholomew bucks. You each gain 1 point of experience from this bar fight with a bunch of dudes named Chad. Lil Booper, you've made a lifelong friend.
He's pretty cool.
I would agree that he's as y'all would put it, cool dude.
Completely righteous, little doll. Completely righteous. And that is
One
where.
last thing I would like to ask.
Oh, yeah. Please.
Did they survive?
Hold on a second. Let me just. Yep.
Lil Booper sits there healing up Chad's friends.
Oh yeah. Little Booper goes around and fixes the rest of the Chads. The other Chads aren't as cool, but you know, Chad appreciates it.
I want to sit and just like explain the situation.
Well, anyway, regardless, for now, I think this is where this adventure is going to conclude. Thank you all very much for playing. Like I said, you've all gained 100 Bartholomew bucks and 1 point of experience. And that's going to do it. Jeremy,
And
are you
now,
there?
We're gonna jump to Bartholomew's shop